when it came to confirming a new Auditor General of the Federation. Now, we need to tell ourselves the truth. Corruption is killing this country.
Okay, let's take a pause there to go to our Zoom guest, Chief Ario Robinson. I hope he's with us now, because we had him on the news recently and he was talking about this same corruption. That's why I said, you know what, let's zoom in into this topic and have him on board. All right, Chief Ario, are you with us now, sir?
Yes, I am. Apologies for the network issues.
No problem, sir. Okay, so we are talking about the death penalty as advocated against by the NIPSS as a solution to corruption. Rather, the NIPSS is advocating behavior change methods. So you were giving me, so to say, and of course our audience, instances on the news. So I would like you to go further into that.
Can you hear me?
Are you with?
Hello?
I can hear you now.
Yes,
I can hear you now.
Say it again. It's freezing.
Can I hear the question again?
Okay, so the topic now is death penalty for corrupt officials, public officials. Now, I understand the fact that you are against death penalty. So what is your own suggestion as an alternative to curbing corruption in Nigeria?
Well, first of all, let me set the tone for my non-subscription to death penalty. Research has shown, as a matter of fact, one of the things we say in intellectual circles is that there is no need to reinvent the wheel. Researchers have shown very quite clearly that death penalty does not by itself inhibit people from committing crimes. I'll give you an example. Take a look at the incidence of tanker inflammation across the country. What happens is that a tanker is on the way and suddenly it falls down and the masses go and scoop fuel from the tanker and it explodes. A number of people die. That has been a reoccurring decimal across the country. What can we draw? What is the lesson that we can draw from that? The lesson we can draw from that is that even when a particular enterprise results in the deaths of people, that by itself does not discourage people from still engaging in that kind of enterprise. So that if our thinking, whoever is thinking that death penalty will discourage intending offenders needs to think twice. Because that same philosophy could have been employed in the example that I gave. You and I know that that is not the case. What simply happens is that a criminal-minded person will look at the setup and devise means of going around very cleverly the law, going around very cleverly the entire traps that have been set, and ensure that they have far better strategy. Now, what is the solution? The solution is what we call in peace building multi-track approach. Multi-track approach in the sense that let us look at the root cause of corruption. One of which is that people are trying to survive in an economy that is excruciating. If we borrowed from the Maslow hierarchy of human needs, you will discover that before people start talking about nobler things, they have to first of all satisfy their basic needs. Food, shelter, clothing. A man who is yet to satisfy these three things can hardly talk about higher and nobler things. Anti-corruption is a nobler thing than the satisfaction of your basic needs. We are quick to give example of advanced countries. In those countries, some of these basic needs are adequately taken care of. The things you will spend all night prayer with in Nigeria, they are taken for granted in those countries. Namely, food, shelter, clothing. So as of necessity, a person must transcend all those basic needs before the person starts talking about values. Yesterday, while talking to you, I mentioned who are those in the anti-graft agencies? They are also Nigerians, picked from us, who are passing through the kind of problems we are passing through. What is the welfare package for them? You can imagine, by way of illustration, an EFCC worker that goes home with 150,000 naira a month in an economy like this. And such a person is expected to superintend the investigation of $2 billion. Now, also look at it. When he looks at those who retire from EFCC and look at their life pattern, he will see that there's no definite welfare package for them. And you know, one of the laws that is higher and above every other law is the law of survival. In other words, people will naturally have to gravitate towards surviving first before talking about any other thing. Look at the policeman on the road. A lot of us say bail is free, and bail is free. But go to the police station, you will discover that the budgetary allocation meant for accessories do not cascade down. They hang upstairs there. They don't come down. And so when you get there, you need a sheet of paper to write. It is now available. You need biro to write. It's now available. And you are told that bail is free. Even when you go to your school, you want to go and collect your certificates. And because of this corrupt chain of things do not flow very well. You have to part with some money. So basically what I'm trying to say is that we need to look at our homes. We need to look at the religious organizations. Look at our professional bodies. Corruption has eaten deep into every fabric of our national life. Professional organizations are not exempted. People are motivated by what they can convert to themselves. And look at the way we discuss public offices in Nigeria. We classify some as succulent, as attractive. Attractive in one sense. Attractive in the sense that you can somehow, some way, convert more money from it. So people naturally, if you look at our culture, we look at grab. What am I going to grab from there? Now, back home, the people who witness those who go to serve in public office expect certain things from them. The moment you come out in Nigeria and present yourself for election, the burden on you skyrockets. It is at that time you will know of many people around you that are unable to pay their school fees. And so because of this baggage that people carry into office, they try to serve the people. And so the system is such that requires a holistic attack. It is insufficient to say you want to sentence somebody to death because the person has been found. Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
So what exactly now would be a very great alternative? Because given all the examples, people really need to solve their own basic needs first, and that is the reason many people go into corruption. Talked about officials even of the security agencies that don't have enough. Then how do they want to talk about bail is free, but when you get to the police station, they don't have even pen to write with because things are hanging up there. But what now is the basic solution start with?
Attitudinal change. We need, in those days, you used to have MAMSA, Mass Mobilization for Social Justice and Economic Recovery. What are our orientation agencies doing? So much money is pumped into, apart from the fourth estate of the day, apart from what you are doing now, one of the steps is what you are doing now, bringing this issue to the front burner. And it is my hope that Nigerians are listening, the policymakers are listening, because it is only a scientific way like this, when I say scientific, empirically proven way like this, that we can begin retracing our steps. So, to answer your question straightforward, it is change in our attitude. In the church, don't give front row to those who make money, the sources of which you cannot attest. In the mosque, don't give front row to those who make money, the sources for which you cannot account. In our society, let us begin. I want to ask this question, and this is what a lot of people have not asked in Nigeria. Those people who live straight life, who live moral and ethical life throughout their stay in the ministry? Do we have a reward system for them? Can we design a reward system for them so that those who are coming behind, who look at them, will be able to want to emulate them and not ridicule and stigmatize them?
Okay,
because
so I would like to
in
come
Nigeria
back to
today, only hello.
Yeah,
Hello?
I can hear you. Okay,
Can you hear me?
Just answer. Yes, I can hear you. Just wrap it up. Wrap it up. I can hear you. Can you hear
The
me?
point I'm making is that we have to design a reward system for those, because there are still a few people out there who are our champions. If you go to certain ministries, go to certain universities, you will hear of lecturers who are straight, because in the university community, you are deemed to be found worthy in learning and in character before the conferment of the degrees on you. So those people, are they being encouraged? We need to encourage these people. We need to celebrate these people so that they can do more of that, and those who are in the waiting can have examples to emulate. So we need a reward system. We need a punishment system, not necessarily capital punishment system. Hello?
Okay. So I was saying I would like to come back to my studio guest now because of our time, so we can round off the program. Yeah, he spoke about reward system for people that are straight in their dealings, and he also mentioned that we need to change our attitude. As you said earlier. But what I am just going to ask, so as we round off in just 1 minute, is yes, family plays a huge role in all of this, but the truth is there are a lot of families, diverse cultures and everything. How do we get to make this work well? Talking about change, because it all starts from the home, from the family, before it gets to the society at large. How do we happen this so that we get to have it on a national level?
If every society is built on institutions, if we have strong institutions, upholding this democracy, a lot of these things will happen easily. Yes, from the home, but when you have pervasive poverty, when you're talking about fighting corruption, how much of the corruption even are the ordinary people involved in? You're talking of the elite. One man taking 200 billion, one person taking billion, some people taking millions of dollars and all of that. So it's not just about the family. What we're talking about is this: the fish gets rotten from the head. From the head down, there must be that agreement that no to corruption. Say no to corruption, and it must be in word and deed.
All right, so Bashi.
Yeah, I think it just sanction. And as much as I may not support death penalty, but there must be penalty for corruption. But again, you cannot fight corruption with corruption. And that is the basic thing, because that's why we are not moving forward with it, or not making progress with it. He talked about the root cause, survival, reward system. No, it goes beyond survival. Those who are managing 20-point-something trillion naira budget a year, and we don't see the results, they are living beyond survival. The state provide for them free house, free food and everything. They have all their allowances, and yet they dig into the national treasury to divert this fund. And that is the problem we're having. So it even goes beyond the family. The family does not manage our national budget. We're talking about very structured corruption. Look at what happened in the last administration. They made a recommendation. DSS said, oh no, the ICPC and the EFCC man is corrupt. They should not confirm. EFCC turned again, ICPC is fighting with EFCC. They are saying that one is corrupt, And at the end of the day, you saw how that man ended with corruption. The same government. So you can't fight corruption with corruption. So but the basic thing is sanction. All right, so sanctions and then behavioral change, and it goes beyond behavioral change. If it's about behavioral change, we'll be having this problem. But the point is that look at our electoral process. What did they bring for instance?
Because of our time now, we won't be able to delve.
Because of the integrity. Is it sustained? You can see many VCs speaking from two sides of their mouth.
All right, so as all agreed, it's from the top to the bottom, and also from the bottom to the top. This concerns all Nigerians as a whole, and I hope Nigerians, wherever you are doing your own bit not to add to the problems we have at hand. Thank you so much, Mr. Emeka Maduagu, for coming. Thank you so much, Mr. Odibashi, for coming. Thank you so much, Chief Robinson Ario, for being my guest on the show. And this is how we wrap it up on Editors Forum this week. See you on Saturday next week. I am Layo Shobo for Lauren Show. Bye for now.